right, everybody. It is Friday morning, and actually, I just got home from work not too long ago. Scream 5, Scream 6. Which one out of the both of them do I think is the better film? This is the Radio Silence Screams, and I am gonna have to say, as much as I hate to say, I wouldn't say hate to say, but as much as I like both films, one definitely is better than the other. And in my honest opinion, you go from Scream 5 or 5 Cream, whatever you want to call it, and then you go to Scream 6. And after watching both of these films, I've seen both of them in theater, and I watched them, both on, Vudu or in the physical format. I don't own Scream 6 in physical format yet. I got it in Fandango, which was once formerly Vudu. So, my honest opinion, Scream 5 from 2022 is the better film to me, in my opinion. I know everybody's going to probably think, hey, you know what? And the reason why is the kills were closer to the group, or we'll say the four core. They weren't officially called the four core until Scream 6, but the Minks twins, and then the Carpenter sisters, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, Sam and Tara. The victims were close to that group, where with Scream 6, you only had really Annika, which she was killed by falling off the ladder when Ghostface basically just slams that thing up and down, So that was pretty much the only victim that was very close to them. I don't want to put any spoilers if you haven't seen these two Scream films, but the whole Quinn Bailey death, when we got to the third act and figured out that she was the one of the ghost faces, that was epic. I was shocked. We had a fake out death. Okay, so that was probably one of the cooler things about Scream 6. And then, of course, you got Kirby back. I know some people didn't like Kirby in Scream 6. I personally liked her. I liked her as much as I liked her in Scream 4. I mean, that's just me. Everybody else is entitled to their own opinions and whatnot. But the other kills, the other kill would have to be close to that group would be the psychiatrist for, I think it's a psychiatrist. I believe that's what that is. That doctor guy was the one that's sitting there watching TV, and then Ghostface knocks on his door and gets him and stuff like that. The reason why he was close to Sam, because it was Sam was like basically his patient and stuff like that. So. But like Samara Weaving's character, I would probably think that they did have connection because they all were at the same school. Samara Weaving's character was a teacher there. So technically they were close. Well, I'm not too close, but they were in the frame group, if you know what I mean. Then he had Greg, who we never met. His body was in the refrigerator. Gosh, what is Tony Revolori's character's name, guys? I can't remember offhand right now. I know his character. He knew he knows Tara. This is right after he bumped into Tara and the rest of her friends, pretty much after he killed off Samara Weaving's character. So. And then he had the bodega scene where he had a couple of customers, and then the bodega clerk get killed. Just to me, I think it was very weak, and I do have to agree. Chad should have died in this film, in Scream 6, the way he was getting double teamed and stuff like that with the stabbings and stuff. But unfortunately, hey guys, it is the movies. I hate to break it to you, it is the movies. They're going to do whatever the heck they want, but realistically, I don't think anybody would be able to survive that. a double teaming of people getting killed and stuff like that. So, I mean, you look at it. You just look at it, and it's like you got to draw the line here. And when they keep making more Scream movies, you're gonna have the same motive over and over again, like Scream 2. Scream 2 was a revenge story. Same thing with Scream 6. That was pretty much a carbon copy of it because that's what they were basically following. And don't hold me accountable to any of this, guys, because I'm not an expert. I mean, I love the Scream franchise just as much as I do Friday the 13th, but, they can go on forever because it's always a different killer underneath the mask anyway. But wouldn't the motives get recycled, which we have witnessed that already? I think the last good motive we had, I think the toxic fandom motive, I was kind of, iffy about the toxic fan motive. But then I look at it, I'm like, it's very misleading. I mean, I get kind of a little, thrown off half the time when I hear about that. Want to make better movies, or something like that. What's what Richie said. It's crazy stuff. I mean, I honestly think that the Scream franchise pretty much lost a little bit of its touch after Scream 4. But, there hasn't been a bad Scream film, regardless of having Radio Silence direct 5 and 6. I like them both. But if I had to prefer which one I like the most, it would be Scream 5. And, of course, we got a Ghostface that just won an Oscar. So, Mikey Madison, there you go. So, first ever Ghostface. What a hell of a career that lady's going to have. I mean, there's rumors now that she's in talks of possibly playing the main female lead in the new Resident Evil movie that's going to be coming out in a couple of years. So that should be pretty interesting if it happens. Hopefully it's true, because that would be awesome, just seeing her in another horror film. If you're an Oscar, hey, you don't have to lead the horror genre. Hey, I'd come back to it. I can do a movie like Resident Evil. Boom, like that, It's, if you can get as many films under your belt like Mikey Madison is actually doing, the better your career in the acting business is going to be. I'm not an expert. I'm not an agent. Don't hold me accountable for any of that either. But yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, who had the better ghost faces between 5 and 6? Even though 6 is a revenge story once again, it's 3 of the family members of the previous Ghostface killer that was in Scream 5, aka Richie Kirsch. I don't think Richie was that scary as Ghostface. I think Amber Freeman was the better Ghostface, in my opinion. Just the way she was. I mean, she'd play all innocent and stuff with Gail and, Sydney and stuff like that. Oh, no. I just went for it. I didn't really mean to say all those things I said about Dewey and everything else and this and that and stuff like that. She's trying to get herself out of it, and she knows she's doing it. I'll never forget when Melissa Barrett had said to, I think it was, what was it? Was it Quinn Bailey? Was it Quinn that she said it to? Your brother was a limp dick little fuck and something else, and that really set off, oh gosh. Oh, I'm so tired, man. I'm a little bit tired here. I can't remember even, Quinn said that really, I think that really, now I get it. Now, I think, when Melissa Barrett did say, or Sam Carpenter did say, I believe it was to Quinn, Richie was a limp dick little fuck or something like that. And I'm like, man, that is said on purpose, man. That was set with purpose, and even the acting of Liana Liberato was great. When Sam doesn't even know who the hell they're even. Yeah, I mean, my brother was killed in Woodsboro last year, and I'm like, okay, so, uh, and then here comes Quinn saying, yes, you did, you killed our brother, you motherfucker, and everything else like that. It's some very, very strong performance by Leona Liberato, and she was my favorite Ghostface out of the three in that film. But at the end of the day, hands down, Five Cream, Scream Five, in my opinion, is the better between the two Radio Silent Screams. But without further ado, let me know what do you guys think? Do you guys think Scream Five? Which one do you think is better, Scream Five or Scream Six? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Leave a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe if you guys would like to. And without further ado, that is it. Take care, and I'll see you guys back in the next one.